Experience the magic of solar eclipses through history. Solar eclipses have not only dazzled our skies but also shaped human beliefs and advancements. Ancient civilizations, like the Maya and the Chinese, viewed these celestial events as omens, often interpreting them as signals of significant changes in leadership or fortune. They meticulously tracked the movements of the sun and moon, creating sophisticated calendars to predict when these eclipses would occur. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the 1919 solar eclipse marked a pivotal moment in science. It was during this rare event that scientists tested Albert Einstein's groundbreaking theory of general relativity. Observations made by astronomers like Arthur Eddington showed that light from distant stars curved around the sun, confirming Einstein's idea that gravity can bend light. This discovery didn't just change our understanding of the universe. It also showcased the profound connection between natural phenomena and human curiosity. So the next time an eclipse happens, remember its rich history and the insights it continues to provide. Hard to believe, but your dust is mostly you. It might sound strange, but about 80% of household dust is made up of tiny particles of shed human skin. That's right. Every time you move around your home, you're kicking up bits of yourself into the air. This skin shedding is a normal part of life. The average person loses about 30,000 to 40,000 skin cells every minute. As these cells mix with fibers from clothing, pet hair, and other materials, they create dust that settles on surfaces around your home. If you think about it, each time you clean, you're also sweeping away traces of your very own self. While it may feel a bit odd, this natural process highlights just how interconnected we are with our environment. So next time you dust off your shelves or vacuum your floors, remember that you're not just cleaning, you're also recycling parts of your very own body. You might be shocked to learn about Franz Ferdinand's assassination. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria was killed, an event that sparked World War I and changed the course of history. This assassination took place precisely 28 years after the killing of his grandfather, Emperor Maximilian of Mexico, on the same date in 1867. The two assassinations underline a fascinating connection between these historical figures and their turbulent times. Franz Ferdinand was an important royal, and his death accelerated tensions among European powers already on edge. The fallout led to widespread warfare and massive political shifts across the continent. It's intriguing to think about how one tragic event can have such far-reaching effects. Many historians argue that the war reshaped global politics for decades. In fact, the ripples of World War I can still be felt today as they help set the stage for World War II and the modern world. Isn't it fascinating to see how history intertwines in such dramatic ways, connecting generations through pivotal moments? Have you ever wondered why we have a 7-day week? The 7-day week traces back to ancient Babylon, and it's fascinating how this simple division of time has shaped our lives. The Babylonians, who thrived around 4,000 years ago, used a unique system that connected their calendar to the moon's phases. With its roughly 29.5 days, the lunar cycle encouraged them to create a week with 7 days, as 4 weeks fit nicely into a lunar month. They dedicated each day to one of their celestial bodies: the sun, moon, and 5 visible planets. This practice spread across different cultures, influencing Jews and later Christians, solidifying the 7-day cycle in religious and social practices. Today we continue this ancient tradition, but why do we stick to it? Could it be that the rhythm of a week helps us organize our busy lives, offering a predictable structure amid chaos? The 7-day week is more than just numbers. It's a thread connecting us to our history. Ever thought about why discover the wonders of the world's largest ginkgo farm? In Sumter, South Carolina, the sprawling 500-acre ginkgo farm boasts over 1 million trees, each showcasing the stunning fan-shaped leaves that ginkgo trees are renowned for. These remarkable beings, known as living fossils, have withstood the test of time, thriving for millions of years while many other species disappeared. Visitors to this vibrant farm will uncover the diverse uses of ginkgo, whether it's in traditional medicine or tantalizing culinary dishes. The leaves, packed with antioxidants, are sought after in supplements that are thought to boost brain function and overall wellness. Beyond its impressive collection of trees, the farm emphasizes sustainable practices, ensuring that this ancient species continues to flourish for generations to come. Imagine strolling beneath a canopy of golden yellow leaves in autumn, or witnessing the vibrant green blooms in spring. With its rich tapestry of history and contributions to both science and gastronomy, isn't it time everyone made a trip to experience this extraordinary ginkgo haven? Ever wondered why wallets are thicker in Japan? In Japan, where cash is king, many people prefer to carry thicker wallets to hold larger bills and coins. Unlike in many countries where digital transactions are the norm, the Japanese culture still embraces cash for everyday purchases. This trend comes from a mix of historical practices and modern innovations. For instance, the design of wallets has evolved to protect and secure valuable cash while still being functional. People often carry a variety of bills, including large denominations, which require more space. Besides, the respect for money in Japanese culture means that wallets are often viewed as a reflection of one's status and attention to detail. As technology advances, some may wonder if digital payments will eventually change this tradition, but for now, the thicker wallet remains a distinctive feature of daily life in Japan. Hard to believe, but your skin is always changing. Did you know the entire surface of your skin sheds and gets replaced about every month? This amazing process means that over a lifetime, you will have around 1,000 different skins. Your outer layer, known as the epidermis, is where this transformation takes place. Each day, tiny skin cells die off and are carried away, making room for new cells to surface. This constant renewal helps to protect your body from environmental threats like bacteria and pollution, while keeping your skin looking fresh. It's fascinating to think that your skin is actively working to regenerate and maintain itself. As you age, this process slows down, which can lead to dryness and other skin-related issues. So next time you look in the mirror, remember how much your skin has changed, not just in appearance, but through the countless layers it has shed throughout your life. Have you ever wondered why the Liberty Bell fell silent? The Liberty Bell, an iconic symbol of American independence, last tolled on George Washington's birthday in 1846. This wasn't just any ordinary day. It marked the 114th anniversary of Washington's birth, and the bell was rung in celebration in honor of the country's first president. However, this joyous occasion turned bittersweet when a crack, which had previously marred its surface, expanded further due to the vibrations of the ringing. Since then, the bell has remained silent, resting in its place at the Liberty Bell Center in Philadelphia. Today, it stands as a poignant reminder of the enduring quest for freedom and justice. Many visitors flock to see it, intrigued by its rich history and the stories it tells about the American Revolution. The Liberty Bell's journey, from its original casting to its last toll, reflects the challenges faced by the young nation and the spirit of resilience that defines America. What does this silent bell symbolize for us today? Did you know moose are amazing swimmers? These giant animals can dive as deep as 6 meters or 20 feet underwater just to munch on tasty aquatic plants. Moose have long legs that help them move easily in the water, and their powerful lungs allow them to hold their breath for up to 30 seconds while they search for food. This incredible swimming ability lets them access delicious vegetation that other herbivores can't reach, giving them an edge in their habitat. Imagine being able to dive deep to find a meal while others can only look from the surface. The secret to their buoyancy lies in their large, muscular bodies, which float effortlessly, making them well-suited for their watery foraging. By dining on these submerged plants, moose play a unique role in maintaining the health of their ecosystems. Who knew these gentle giants had such impressive skills? Explore Astolat Castle, the priciest dollhouse ever. This amazing dollhouse, valued at a staggering $85 million, is not your average toy. Located in the UK, Astolat Castle boasts 29 meticulously furnished rooms, each filled with intricate details that showcase exceptional craftsmanship. Imagine tiny furniture, paintings, and even miniature books, with 10,000 miniatures included throughout its enchanting landscape. Designers and artists have poured countless hours into creating this one-of-a-kind masterpiece, making it a favorite among dollhouse enthusiasts and collectors. Every room tells a story, from the grand ballroom to cozy bedrooms, capturing the charm of a real castle in miniature form. The attention to detail is so remarkable that it's easy to forget you're looking at a dollhouse. Astolat Castle has even captured the imagination of people all over the world, showcasing how art and creativity can turn simple materials into extraordinary treasures. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Is it really true that Jamaica pioneered reggae and sprinting greatness? This vibrant Caribbean island is renowned not only for its breathtaking beaches and lush rainforests, but also for its profound cultural influence. Jamaica is the birthplace of reggae music, a genre that combines rich rhythms, soulful melodies, and powerful social messages, with Bob Marley emerging as its most iconic figure. His timeless songs, such as No Woman, No Cry, and One Love, address themes of love, unity, and resilience, resonating with audiences around the globe and inspiring a generation of artists. But Jamaica's influence doesn't stop at music. The island is also home to Usain Bolt, celebrated as the world's fastest man and a sprinting superstar. His unparalleled speed earned him multiple Olympic gold medals and a staggering world record of 9.58 seconds in the 100-meter dash, a feat that left spectators in awe. Together, the legacies of Marley's soulful tunes and Bolt's athletic prowess illustrate Jamaica's remarkable contributions to entertainment and sports. Next time you sway to a reggae beat or watch a thrilling race, remember the incredible talents birthed from this small yet mighty island. Prepare to be amazed by celebrity relationships. It's not just about the glitz and glamour, but the unexpected attractions that make headlines. Recently, actress Jennifer Lawrence opened up about her surprising crush on comedian Larry David, who is much older than she is. This revelation caught many off guard, showcasing how love can bloom in the most unusual places. In another twist, the iconic duo Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn have been happily together for over 40 years without tying the knot. Their relationship defies conventional norms, proving that commitment doesn't always require a wedding. Instead, they emphasize a strong partnership built on trust, support, and mutual respect. Isn't it fascinating how these celebrity relationships challenge traditional views on love and commitment? Whether it's an age gap or a long-term partnership without marriage, they remind us that every love story is unique. Let's uncover the truth about Yahoo's surprising name. The name Yahoo stands for Yet Another Hierarchical Officious Oracle, which captures the essence of its origins as a directory-style web search engine. Founded in 1994 by Jerry Yang and David Filo, Yahoo emerged during a time when the internet was just beginning to take shape. It started as a simple collection of links organized by categories, but quickly grew into a robust web portal where users could access news, email, and a variety of content. Yahoo became a household name, dominating the early web landscape and introducing many people to the concept of online search. However, as technology evolved and new competitors like Google rose to prominence, Yahoo's influence waned. Despite this, its unique name continues to remind us of its significant role in shaping the internet experience we have today. Can you believe how far we've come since those early days? Ever wondered about figs and their tiny partners? This mutualistic relationship between the fig and the wasp is vital for the fig's life cycle. When the female wasp enters a fig, she lays her eggs while also pollinating its flowers. This unique collaboration benefits both species, as the fig provides a safe home for the wasp's offspring, ensuring they have a place to grow. In turn, the wasp helps the fig reproduce by transferring pollen between flowers. Without this partnership, figs wouldn't exist as we know them. Interestingly, figs are not just fascinating because of this relationship. They're also packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, making them a deliciously healthy snack. Enjoying figs can boost your overall health, promoting digestion and fighting off free radicals. Next time you bite into a juicy fig, remember the tiny wasp that played a key role in bringing it to you. Isn't nature amazing? What if I told you Michael Phelps can golf too? In 2012, the legendary Olympic swimmer made a splash in an entirely different sport when he achieved an astounding 159-foot putt at the Dunhill Links Championship in Scotland. This remarkable feat not only showcased Phelps's impressive athleticism, but also earned him a spot in the record books for the longest televised golf putt ever made. Imagine the precision required to sink a putt from that distance, especially for someone more known for his swimming prowess than his golfing skills. Phelps's achievement surprised many as he effortlessly transitioned from the pool to the green, demonstrating qualities like focus and determination that made him a champion swimmer. This unforgettable moment highlighted how even athletes renowned for one sport can surprise us with their talents in others. How many more records could he break in different sports? Guess what really drives virus survival in Vierusebila? Men living in the remote village of Vierusebila hold a surprising key to understanding how certain viruses can persist in human bodies. Researchers have discovered that these men can transmit an active virus through their sperm, allowing it to linger for months after they were first exposed. This is important because it opens up a whole new avenue for how sexually transmitted diseases can be spread. Unlike typical infections that vanish after a week or two, this virus can remain hidden and dangerous, posing risk to partners long after the original infection. This phenomenon raises critical questions about public health and the need for better awareness in communities affected by such viruses. Understanding how these viruses work might help in creating more effective treatments and prevention strategies. Could these findings lead to breakthroughs in virus research and public health efforts? Here's a wild fact about exoplanets. This extraordinary planet, known as 55 Cancri E, is captivating scientists with its unusual characteristics. Believed to have a carbon-rich atmosphere, it could actually be filled with diamonds. Imagine floating on clouds of sparkling gemstones instead of raindrops. But that's not all. Instead of water, this intriguing world might have an ocean of lava due to the extreme heat from its star. 55. Cancri E orbits its star at such a close distance that it completes one full year in just 18 hours. This rapid orbit means it experiences extreme temperatures, making the surface incredibly tough, yet fascinating to study. With a density suggesting a rocky core and potential for unique forms of geology, 55 Cancri E challenges our understanding of what planets can be like. Could this mean there are even more bizarre worlds out there waiting to be discovered? Believe it or not, only a few have opposable thumbs. This special feature, found in primates like us and our close relatives, allows for precise grasping and creating tools. An opposable thumb works like a hinge, letting your thumb touch the tips of your fingers, which is a game changer for any task that require dexterity, like writing or playing sports. Humans have developed incredible abilities because of this adaptation. But did you know that opossums also have opposable thumbs? However, they are quite distinct. Unlike humans who have thumbnails, opossums lack these, adapting their unique digits for climbing and survival in their environments. This specialization shows how opposing thumbs can take on various forms in nature, allowing different species to thrive in their own ways. Whether it's a human crafting intricate tools or an opossum navigating its habitat, opposable thumbs give these creatures an advantage. Isn't it fascinating to think about how such a small feature makes a big difference in how we interact with the world? Turns out the truth is that measles harms immunity. Measles is often seen as just a childhood illness, but it does much more than cause a rash and fever. When someone gets measles, the virus can actually wipe out specific immune cells that remember how to fight off familiar infections. This process, known as immune amnesia, leaves those who recover from measles lacking in protection against viruses they were previously immune to, such as the flu or even more serious infections like pneumonia. Imagine a superhero losing their powers just when they need them the most. This vulnerability can lead to a spike in diseases that were once manageable, creating a public health risk. Vaccination is key to preventing measles and protecting our immune system. Keeping ourselves and our communities vaccinated not only shields us from measles, but helps maintain our defenses against a variety of infections. What else might we discover about the hidden dangers of measles? Did you know that sunlight takes 8 minutes to reach Earth? This fascinating fact highlights the incredible distance between our planet and the sun, which is about 93 million miles away. When sunlight is emitted from the sun's surface, it begins an epic journey through space. Despite traveling at the speed of light, which is roughly 186 to 282 miles per second, it still takes time for the light to cover that vast distance. So when you step outside on a sunny day and feel the warmth on your skin, remember that you're experiencing light that left the sun around 8 minutes ago. This delay is due to the finite speed of light, meaning we always see the sun as it was in the past. Isn't it amazing to think about how connected we are to this giant star, relying on its light long after it has departed, making our days brighter and our plants grow? You won't believe this about natural gas safety. Natural gas itself is odorless, which might seem harmless. However, to prevent dangerous leaks and accidents, a chemical called mercaptan is added, giving it a distinctive smell reminiscent of rotten eggs. This clever safety measure was introduced after a tragic disaster in 1937 in New London, Texas, where a gas leak led to a devastating explosion, killing over 200 people. The horrific event served as a wake-up call for communities and industries alike, demonstrating the critical need to prioritize safety and energy use. Now, thanks to mercaptan, we can detect gas leaks early and respond quickly, helping to avoid similar catastrophes. So the next time you catch a whiff of that unpleasant odor, remember, it's there to protect you. Awareness and action are key to keeping ourselves and our loved ones safe from potential gas hazards. Can you believe they found a blue fungus? Scientists in Taiwan have made an exciting discovery by identifying a new species of fungus called Mycena subcyanocephala. This little marvel isn't just any fungus. It stands out thanks to its vibrant blue color, which can be quite striking in its tropical habitat. Often these tiny organisms are so small that we can't see them without a microscope, earning them a spot among the smallest fungi known to science. Thriving in warm, humid environments, Mycena subcyanocephala adds to the incredible diversity of life found in tropical climates. The discovery of this fungus is not just fascinating, it also underscores the importance of exploring and studying the various ecosystems around the world. Each new species we find helps deepen our understanding of nature and the complex roles these organisms play in their environments. Who knows what other hidden gems await discovery in the lush landscapes of Taiwan and beyond? You won't believe this about removing clothing after radiation. If you've ever wondered what to do in a radiation emergency, here's an important tip. Removing all your clothes can be a game changer. When you find yourself exposed to radiation, it's vital to act quickly. By taking off your clothing, you can get rid of up to 90% of radioactive materials that might have settled on your skin. This simple action drastically reduces your exposure, helping to protect your health. The radiation might come from various sources, such as accidents in nuclear power plants or medical procedures. Just remember that even after disrobing, it's crucial to wash your skin thoroughly to remove any remaining particles. Doing this not only helps you feel safer, but also reduces potential health risks associated with radiation exposure. So if you ever face a situation involving radiation, remember this quick and effective step. Why exactly does Lesotho deserve the title Kingdom in the Sky? This extraordinary country, nestled high in the southern African mountains, is the only nation in the world where the entire landmass exceeds an incredible altitude of 3,300 feet. To visualize this, consider that over 80% of Lesotho's terrain stands even higher, surpassing 5,900 feet. This remarkable elevation creates a stunning backdrop reminiscent of fairy tales, featuring breathtaking mountain peaks, deep valleys, and sparkling rivers that enchant visitors. The cooler climate, a product of this altitude, nurtures a diverse range of ecosystems, adding to Lesotho's natural allure. However, Lesotho's charm extends beyond its scenic landscapes. It is a vibrant cultural hub, home to the Basotho people. Renowned for their exquisite woven textiles and traditional attire, including the distinctive Basotho hat, The Basotho continue to celebrate their heritage amid modern influences. Whether exploring its scenic national parks or connecting with the welcoming local communities, visitors quickly discover that Lesotho, the kingdom in the sky, is not only a feast for the eyes but also a treasure trove of unique experiences. Can you imagine dogs loving us that much? Research indicates that dogs have an emotional bond with humans comparable to the bond they share with other dogs. This fascinating discovery shows that when our furry friends see us, their brains light up in a way similar to how they react when they encounter another dog. In fact, studies reveal that dogs' pleasure centers activate even more when they're with their owners than when they're around their own kind. This suggests that they truly value their human companions, seeing us not just as providers of food and walks, but as beloved family members. Just like us, dogs crave affection and connection. So next time your pup looks at you with those big expressive eyes, remember, it's not just because they want a treat. They see you as a vital part of their happiness and emotional well-being, reinforcing the magic of the bond between dogs and humans. What if I told you about Spain's brave resistance? During Napoleon's invasion in the early 1800s, the people of Spain came together in an inspiring show of unity and courage. They formed groups known as the Juntas Provinciales, taking action to defend their homeland against an overpowering enemy. What's remarkable is that these groups were made up of ordinary citizens, many of whom lacked formal military training. Instead of waiting for the government or a professional army to respond, everyday people banded together, often using their knowledge of the local terrain to their advantage. This grassroots resistance spirit fueled their determination, leading to clever tactics that caught the French forces off guard. The bravery and resourcefulness of the Juntas Provinciales not only helped to inspire a national identity, but also set a powerful example of ordinary people standing up for their rights. How did such local efforts impact the outcome of the war? What if I told you entire armies were wiped out? Throughout history, there have been shocking moments where one army completely decimated another, leaving no survivors. One of the most infamous examples occurred during the Punic Wars when the Roman Republic faced off against Carthage. In the decisive Battle of Zama in 202 BC, the Carthaginian forces were utterly annihilated, marking the end of a fierce rivalry. Another dramatic instance happened during the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, when English archers devastated the French numbers, leading to a stunning victory with huge casualties for France. Such total eliminations happened more frequently in ancient times, where battles were brutal and often resulted in utter defeat. In contrast, modern warfare often emphasizes strategies that allow for retreat, regrouping, and recovery. This change in tactics means that complete annihilation of an army is far less common today. How did we shift from total war to measured engagements? Imagine walking around the world 5 times. Most people take around 7,500 steps each day, and when you total that up over a lifetime of about 80 years, it adds up to an astonishing journey. On average, if you multiply those daily steps, you end up walking roughly 110,000 miles or 177.27 kilometers. That's a distance that could circle the globe 5 times. Think about it. Each step you take on your way to school, work, or just out for a stroll contributes to this incredible tally. Walking is not just a simple way to get from point A to point B, it's a daily activity that promotes health and well-being. Whether you're walking your dog, running errands, or just enjoying nature, each step counts. Additionally, this remarkable fact reminds us how active we are as humans, even in our ordinary routines. So next time you lace up your shoes, remember just how far you're really going in your lifetime. Have you checked your step count today? Can you believe Ted Danson's childhood billboard protest? At just 11 years old, actor Ted Danson and his friends took a bold stand against billboards in Flagstaff, Arizona. Frustrated by how the billboards blocked beautiful views of nature, they decided to take action. In a daring move, they chopped down several billboards, thinking they could reclaim the landscape for everyone to enjoy. However, their plan hit a snag when Danson's father, who worked as a curator at the Museum of Northern Arizona, realized something was off. He noticed that all the billboards except the one for the museum had been targeted. This humorous yet educational story not only highlights Danson's early passion for nature and the environment, but also raises questions about how we value our natural landscapes. It's a reminder of how even kids can make a difference, even if their methods are a bit unconventional. Who knows where that early activism might have led him in his later career as an environmental advocate. Here's a wild fact about, can you imagine the Mona Lisa hidden in a salt mine? During World War II, as the chaos of the Nazi regime unfolded across Europe, many priceless works of art were at risk of being lost forever. In a remarkable effort, the Allied forces assembled a group known as the Monuments Men, dedicated to rescuing these cultural treasures. In 1945, within the depths of the Austrian Alps, they uncovered the Mona Lisa, perfectly preserved in the Oltusee salt mine. This mine, with its consistent climate free from moisture and temperature extremes, managed to keep the iconic painting safe alongside thousands of other looted masterpieces. As bombs dropped and thieves prowled, the Mona Lisa remained shielded underground. This daring operation did more than just save a painting. It safeguarded a vital piece of cultural heritage and served as a testament to human resilience. When the Mona Lisa eventually returned to its rightful place, it was celebrated not merely as a work of art, but as a powerful symbol of humanity's enduring fight to protect beauty and history from the ravages of war. How could such an act of preservation inspire future generations? What if I told you about China's space station park? In an exciting blend of nature and innovation, an indoor park in China has captured the spotlight by setting 7 Guinness World Records. This park, designed to mimic the environment of a space station, features futuristic architecture that showcases how we might live in space someday. Imagine a place filled with lush greenery, incredible sculptures, and advanced technology, all under a dome that feels like you're floating among the stars. Visitors can explore various sections that represent different space themes, making it more than just a park. It's an experience. Not only does this park engage the imagination of young space enthusiasts, but it also highlights China's commitment to pioneering sustainable and imaginative spaces. What will the future hold for urban parks inspired by the cosmos? Hard to believe, but Mr. Rogers had a brother named George. George, an African-American teenager, was adopted by Mr. Rogers' family, forming a beautiful bond that was more like brotherhood. Growing up together, George became a significant influence in Rogers' life, nurturing his curiosity and passion for aviation. This connection blossomed further when George served as an instructor for the legendary Tuskegee Airmen during World War II, a group of brave African-American pilots who fought for freedom in the skies. With George's guidance, Mr. Rogers learned how to fly, a skill that shaped his adventurous spirit and sparked his love for exploration. Their story is a remarkable example of friendship and mentorship, highlighting how personal connections can inspire greatness and break down barriers. Isn't it amazing to think about the profound impact one person can have on another's life? Here's what actually happens when you might be amazed to discover New Zealand's sheep population. This unique stat stands out as there are approximately 6 sheep for every person in this picturesque nation. With around 29 million sheep compared to under 5 million residents, New Zealand's landscape is a bustling haven for these woolly creatures. This phenomenon traces back to the 19th century when sheep farming emerged as a fundamental part of the country's economy and heritage. The combination of rolling green hills and a temperate climate makes New Zealand an ideal grazing ground, allowing sheep to roam freely across the dazzling countryside. From the stunning farms of the South Island to the expansive pastures that seem to stretch endlessly, sheep are an integral part of the rural scenery. Additionally, New Zealand is one of the world's leading exporters of lamb and wool, adding significant value to its agricultural sector. Beyond their economic role, sheep also permeate the cultural landscape, featuring prominently in local art, folklore, and humor. So when you admire the breathtaking views of New Zealand, don't forget to appreciate the fluffy residents that contribute to its charm. Have you ever wondered why dogs tilt their heads? This adorable behavior is more than just a cute quirk. It serves a purpose. When dogs hear familiar words or tones in your voice, they often tilt their heads to better capture and understand what you're saying. Research shows that this head tilt helps them adjust the position of their ears, which can enhance their ability to locate sounds and decipher familiar commands. Picture your dog tilting its head while you say walk or treat. They're actively listening and processing those words. This behavior can also be seen in puppies as well as older dogs, suggesting it's a natural instinct that helps strengthen their bond with humans. So next time your furry friend cocks its head while you're chatting away, remember it's trying its best to understand you and engage with you. Isn't that heartwarming? Have you ever wondered why memes are popular? The US government took a closer look at this intriguing question by funding a study on memes, those funny images that spread like wildfire on the internet. This research aimed to understand how memes evolve and circulate within online communities, contributing to their runaway success. By analyzing how memes convey humor and ideas, researchers could see patterns in their spread, much like virus outbreaks. The study revealed not only the cultural impact of memes, but also their role in shaping conversations across social media platforms. It's fascinating to think that what might seem like simple jokes can influence public opinion or even political movements. As memes continue to evolve, the interplay between humor and technology shows just how powerful these images can be in our digital age. So next time you scroll through your social feeds, remember there's more than meets the eye with these viral sensations. What if I told you women changed the Olympics forever? In 1900, the Olympic Games in Paris marked a historic moment. Women were allowed to compete for the very first time. This monumental event opened the doors for female athletes in a world that often sidelined their abilities. Competing in just 5 sports, tennis, sailing, croquet, equestrianism, and golf, 22 women showcased their talents alongside 1,177 male athletes. Imagine the thrill of those pioneers as they stepped onto the field, breaking barriers and challenging stereotypes. The inclusion of women was a significant turning point, with female participation growing steadily in the following decades. Today, women compete fiercely in virtually every sport at the Olympics, continuing to inspire future generations. So the next time you watch the Games, remember the brave women who paved the way for equality and celebrated their spirit through sport. Did you know Australia is both a country and continent? Australia stands out in the world as a nation that doubles as a continent. Located in the southern hemisphere, it's the only country that occupies an entire continent, making it truly unique. When we think of Australia, we often picture stunning beaches, diverse wildlife, and rich Aboriginal culture. Interestingly, Australia is also grouped with Oceania, which includes numerous Pacific islands. This region showcases a ton of diversity, from the bustling cities of Sydney and Melbourne to the serene landscapes of the outback. Australia's vast size, spanning over 7.6 million square kilometers, means there's so much to explore, whether you're diving the Great Barrier Reef or hiking through ancient rainforests. So next time you think about geography, remember Australia's special status as both a country and a continent in its own right. Did you know penguins love rainy days? These adorable flightless birds enjoy the rain and often become more active when it pours. Penguins have a unique relationship with their environment, which allows them to thrive in various weather conditions. During a rainstorm, you might catch them waddling around, sliding on wet surfaces, or even swimming joyfully in the ocean. This playful behavior showcases their adaptability. They have a natural waterproof coating that keeps them warm and dry, even when the skies open up. The rain can also provide them with cooler temperatures, making it easier to stay active. Watching them engage with the rain highlights not only their resilience, but also the thrill they find in nature's simplest pleasures. So next time you see gloomy weather, remember that for some penguins, it's a reason to celebrate. Isn't that fascinating? Prepare to be amazed by Christa McAuliffe's journey. Christa McAuliffe was a true pioneer, selected by NASA as the first civilian astronaut from an astounding 11,000 applicants. Born in Massachusetts, she worked as a school teacher and dreamed of inspiring students through space exploration. Her mission aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger was not just a personal achievement, but also a chance to connect classroom learning with real-life experiences in space. Tragically, the Challenger explosion on January 28, 1986, ended her mission and the lives of her crew. She left a powerful message, famously saying, "If you're offered a seat on a rocket ship, don't ask what seat, just get on." Krista's legacy lives on, encouraging countless students and educators to reach for their dreams, reminding us all that the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. How can we draw inspiration from her story? Did you know that cardboard can be so creative? The Carton King Creativity Park in Taiwan is a spectacular place that turns an everyday material into something extraordinary. This park showcases an incredible range of structures, furniture, and decor, all crafted from cardboard. Visitors can marvel at everything from elaborate sculptures to functional seating made entirely from this versatile material. The park's interactive elements invite guests to engage with their surroundings, allowing them to explore and appreciate the design while learning about sustainability. As you stroll through the park, you'll discover how cardboard can be both durable and artistic. The creativity on display reshapes our understanding of what can be done with simple materials. Whether you're a budding artist, an architecture enthusiast, or just curious about innovation, the Carton King Creativity Park offers a unique experience that inspires visitors of all ages. Why not visit and see for yourself? Ever wonder why pins have a hole in them? This clever design feature is all about safety. The small hole in the caps of some safety pins was specifically created to help prevent dangerous situations, especially for young children. If a child accidentally swallows a pin, the hole allows air to flow through, reducing the risk of suffocation. It's a small but ingenious way to add an extra layer of protection without sacrificing the pin's usefulness. Safety pins themselves have a long history, first invented in the 19th century, and they have been a staple in households ever since. While most of us may see them simply as handy tools for fastening clothes or holding fabric together, the thoughtful inclusion of the hole shows just how much safety considerations can play a role in everyday items. So next time you grab a safety pin, remember that a little detail can make a big difference in keeping everyone safe. Who would have thought such a simple object could hold such important safety features? You won't believe this about the Triassic period. Around 250 million years ago, during this intriguing era, significant events unfolded that shaped our planet's climate and landscapes. The Triassic period is renowned for being a time of recovery following the Permian-Triassic extinction, the largest mass extinction in Earth's history. As life began to flourish again, the climate was a hot topic, literally. Researchers believe that the commercial climate changes during this time led to shifts in ecosystems, influencing the rise of dinosaurs and early mammals. Vegetation transformed as forests spread and new species emerged, adapting to the evolving environment. The atmosphere was rich in carbon dioxide, contributing to warmer temperatures, and these factors created a complex web of life and competition. Understanding this period helps us grasp the long-term effects of climate change on Earth's biodiversity. What else could we learn from the past? Meet the fascinating pink Amazon river dolphin. This remarkable creature is not only the largest of the river dolphins, but also one of the most colorful. With its striking pink hue, the Amazon river dolphin stands out in the dark waters of the Amazon and Orinoco basins. Why pink, you might wonder? Well, their color can vary from pale gray to deep pink, and it often brightens with age or during exciting social interactions. These dolphins are incredibly intelligent, displaying complex behaviors that show their problem-solving skills and social dynamics. They can even work together to catch fish, using clever hunting tactics. Besides their playful nature, these dolphins are significant for their ecosystems, helping to maintain the health of the rivers they call home. Sadly, the pink Amazon river dolphin faces threats from habitat destruction and pollution, making conservation efforts essential for their survival. Understanding these unique creatures is vital to preserving their future. Isn't it amazing to learn about such extraordinary beings in our world? Why did they conquer Mount Everest in 1953? This remarkable achievement marks a pivotal moment in the history of mountaineering. Mount Everest is famously known as the tallest mountain on Earth, soaring at an impressive 29,032 feet. The first successful ascent occurred on May 29, 1953, thanks to the daring expedition led by British mountaineer Sir John Hunt. He carefully selected a talented team, including New Zealand's fearless climber Sir Edmund Hillary and the skilled Sherpa Tenzing Norgay. Facing treacherous weather and harsh conditions, these brave individuals worked together, pushing their limits to reach the summit. Their victory not only fulfilled a dream for many climbers, but also inspired a generation to explore the great outdoors. This incredible journey into the clouds opened the door for future explorers eager to tackle the world's most challenging peaks. What drove them to take such risks? Let's uncover the truth about turtle habitats. Did you know that turtles are remarkable creatures found on every continent except Antarctica? These ancient reptiles thrive in a variety of environments, from lush tropical forests to arid deserts. There are around 300 species of turtles, each adapted to their unique surroundings. For instance, the famous Galapagos tortoise roams the lush islands of Ecuador, while the painted turtle finds its home in North America's freshwater lakes and rivers. Turtles are also known for their incredible migratory abilities, with some sea turtle species traveling thousands of miles across oceans to reach nesting sites. Unfortunately, many turtle populations are threatened due to habitat loss, pollution, and climate change. By understanding their habitats, we can appreciate their role in biodiversity and help protect these fascinating animals. So the next time you see a turtle, remember the vast journey it has taken to be there. Have you ever wondered why laughter can be dangerous? Laughter is often seen as a joyful expression, but it can sometimes lead to a rare condition called lacrimatory syncope. This unusual reaction occurs when laughter becomes so intense that it causes a significant drop in blood pressure. In extreme cases, this sudden change can result in fainting or even heart failure. While it might sound surprising, laughter triggers several physical responses, including the release of endorphins, which can affect blood circulation. Most people experience laughter as a delightful release, yet for a few it can take a troublesome turn. Isn't it fascinating how something as simple as laughter can reveal the complex ways our bodies respond to emotions? So while sharing a good laugh is generally harmless, keep an eye on those moments when laughter goes to the extreme. Your body might just react in unexpected ways. Here's a wild fact about the Arctic and Antarctic circles. These two fascinating regions are more than just icy landscapes. They are places where the sun plays a real game of hide and seek. Once a year, locations within the Arctic Circle experience a full 24 hours of sunlight, known as the midnight sun. Conversely, when winter arrives, these same areas are plunged into complete darkness for 24 hours, creating a mystical polar night. Imagine how different life would be in constant daylight or deep darkness. The Antarctic Circle experiences similar phenomena, but since fewer people live there, it remains less known. These extreme conditions shape not only the environment, but also impact the animals and plants that inhabit these areas. From elusive polar bears to hardy penguins, the unique light patterns influence their behaviors and survival. How do you think living in such extremes would feel? Ever wonder how much time we zone out? Research from 2005 reveals that people spend about 13% of their lives disengaged or in a daydream-like state. That's like losing nearly a year of your life just zoning out. Interestingly, this percentage can double to 26% when individuals are intoxicated, showing just how easily our attention drifts away. Whether you're daydreaming in class, spacing out during a movie, or getting lost in thought while driving, these moments can stack up. Being zoned out isn't necessarily a bad thing. It allows our brains to rest and reset. However, it also raises questions about how we manage our awareness in everyday life. Are we fully present in our experiences, or are we often off in our own worlds? Understanding this can help us harness our focus and enjoy life more fully. Prepare to be amazed by Australia's kangaroo population. Did you know that Australia is home to more than 50 million kangaroos? That's almost twice the number of people living in the country. These iconic marsupials can be found hopping around in various habitats, from lush forests to open grasslands and even urban areas. With their powerful hind legs and long tails, kangaroos are perfectly adapted to their environment. They use their strong legs to travel long distances in search of food and water, which helps them survive in Australia's often harsh climate. Interestingly, kangaroos are social animals and often gather in groups called mobs. This not only protects them from predators, but also helps them communicate and care for their young. Australia has several species of kangaroos, including the common kangaroo, red kangaroo, and eastern grey kangaroo, each with unique characteristics. Isn't it fascinating to think about these amazing animals thriving in such large numbers? Imagine pigs roaming the streets of New York City. In the 19th century, these fearless pigs were quite a common sight, munching on the trash that littered the roads. It may sound strange today, but back then, letting pigs roam was a practical solution for managing waste in the bustling city. However, in 1821, the government decided this practice had to stop due to growing health concerns in urban development. This new regulation didn't sit well with pig owners, who felt their way of life was under attack. For nearly 30 years, they protested fiercely, leading to riots as they resisted these changes. The city was torn between the need for cleanliness and the livelihoods of those who relied on pigs for waste disposal. This fascinating tale highlights how urban life has evolved, showing us the surprising challenges cities faced as they grew. Can you imagine a city where pigs played such a vital role? What happens with body dysmorphic disorder? Dysmorphophobia, or body dysmorphic disorder, BDD, is a mental health condition where individuals become overly focused on perceived flaws in their appearance. These imperfections might be minor or even non-existent, yet they can feel overwhelming for those affected. People with BDD often go to great lengths to hide or correct these imagined blemishes, which can include excessive grooming, wearing makeup, or even undergoing unnecessary surgeries. This relentless fixation can lead to significant distress and affect daily life, relationships, and self-esteem. Imagine constantly feeling like your appearance is under scrutiny or fearing others will notice your supposed flaws. While the individuals suffering from BDD are usually aware that their concerns might be exaggerated, the emotional pain they experience is very real. It's important to recognize that help is available through therapy and support systems. If you or someone you know struggles with BDD, reaching out for assistance can be a vital step toward recovery. Guess what really drives the Leaning Tower of Pisa? The iconic Leaning Tower of Pisa, famous for its unintended tilt, began construction in 1173. Builders faced an unexpected challenge right from the start. The tower's foundation rested on unstable clay soil. As the construction progressed, they noticed that the structure was leaning to one side. This problem arose because the ground underneath wasn't strong enough to support the tower's weight. Initially, the builders tried to correct the lean by altering the design of the upper levels, but these attempts only made the situation more complicated. Interestingly, the tower continued to lean for centuries, becoming a symbol of Italy's architectural quirks. Despite the structural challenges, the Tower of Pisa remains an enduring marvel of medieval engineering, attracting millions of visitors each year who come to marvel at its unique beauty. This blend of artistry and accidental engineering showcases how sometimes even mistakes can lead to iconic landmarks. How incredible is it that a design flaw made this tower so famous? You might be shocked to learn that sleep takes time. How long does it usually take you to nod off? On average, it takes just 7 minutes for most people to drift into dreamland, a clear sign that our bodies crave rest after a long day. However, modern life often gets in the way. Stress from work or school can keep our minds racing, making it tough to relax. Plus, spending too much time on screens right before bed can confuse our brains, tricking them into thinking it's still daylight. If you struggle to fall asleep, you're not alone. Many of us have poor sleep habits that can delay the time it takes to snooze. But don't lose hope. With some simple changes, like winding down an hour before bed and creating a technology-free zone, you can improve your chances of falling asleep quickly and waking up refreshed. Ready to conquer your sleep struggles? Believe it or not, guilt can shape our future. A fascinating study by the University of Iowa discovered that when 2-year-old children displayed feelings of guilt after playing with toys designed to break, they showed fewer behavioral issues as they grew older. This unexpected connection suggests that emotional responses like guilt, are more than just feelings. They're key factors that help shape our future behaviors. When toddlers recognize their actions can cause damage or disappointment, they learn to empathize and understand the impact of their behavior on others. This ability to reflect on their actions can guide them toward making better choices as they grow up. In a world where understanding feelings is crucial, this research emphasizes the importance of fostering emotional awareness in children. Encourage open conversations about emotions. Could this lead to happier, more responsible adults in the future? Can you believe how much combat changed? During World War II, the average infantryman fighting in the South Pacific faced around 8 days of combat each year. This intense but limited exposure was quite different from what soldiers would later experience during the Vietnam War. In Vietnam, troops encountered nearly 240 days of combat in a single year. This staggering increase reflects the shift in warfare strategies and technology, as well as the nature of the conflicts. While World War II battles often relied on large-scale engagements, Vietnam saw guerrilla tactics and prolonged skirmishes that kept soldiers in active combat for much longer periods. The psychological and physical toll of such a demanding combat schedule was profound for those who served in Vietnam. Soldiers had to adapt to constant danger and stress, significantly impacting their mental health and overall experience. What a drastic change in just a couple of decades. Ever thought about why moissanite shines so bright? Moissanite, a unique gemstone first discovered in a meteorite crater, is gaining popularity in the jewelry world for its stunning brilliance and incredible hardness. While it's almost as tough as diamonds, moissanite stands out with a sparkle that many say surpasses that of its traditional counterpart. What makes moissanite even more appealing is that most of the moissanite available today is lab-created. This not only ensures a steady supply, but also makes it a more sustainable choice for those concerned about the environmental impact of diamond mining. Lab-created moissanite carries the same physical and optical properties as naturally occurring gems, but without the ethical dilemmas. So whether you're looking for an engagement ring or just a beautiful piece of jewelry, moissanite offers a dazzling option that shines just as bright, if not brighter, than diamonds. Let's uncover the truth about Waskuti, the giant star. Waskuti stands out as the largest known star in the universe, boasting a diameter roughly 1,700 times greater than that of our Sun. Imagine fitting 1,700 suns side by side. That's how massive Waskuti is. Discovered in the constellation of Cassiopeia, this enormous star shines incredibly bright due to its immense size and energy output. Stars like Waskuti typically go through different stages in their life cycle, eventually leading to a spectacular explosion known as a supernova. Interestingly, massive stars like Waskuti have shorter lifespans compared to smaller ones, burning through their fuel at a rapid pace. This raises intriguing questions about the future of such colossal stars. How long will Waskuti burn, and what will remain after it exhausts its energy? Exploring Waskuti helps astronomers understand more about the universe and the life cycle of stars. Did you know your nose is key for humming? When you hum, you're creating sound by vibrating your vocal cords while the sound waves travel through your nasal passages. This is why we often think of humming as a nasal sound. However, if you hold your nose, you block these passages, making it hard for the sound to escape. Essentially, you create a seal that stops the sound from resonating properly, which is why it feels nearly impossible to hum while pinching your nostrils shut. This fascinating connection between our nasal passages and vocal sounds highlights how important our anatomy is in making music. Next time you're feeling musical, remember how your nose plays a crucial role in that tune. Isn't it amazing how something as simple as holding your nose can transform your ability to create sound? Try it out and see for yourself. Is it really true that hormones shape our lives? Yes, they absolutely do. Hormones like estrogen and testosterone are far from just buzzwords. They play a crucial role in how our bodies work. When these hormones bind to specific receptors inside our cells, they set off a chain reaction, waking up certain genes and telling them to produce proteins. This finely tuned process impacts everything from our physical development to our metabolism and even our mood swings. For instance, estrogen, often associated with female development, helps regulate the menstrual cycle and influences bone health. Meanwhile, testosterone is key for muscle growth and affects energy levels. This intricate dance of hormones is a vital part of our biology, showing just how interconnected our physical and emotional well-being truly is. So next time you feel off-kilter, remember the hormonal orchestra playing within you. Is it really true that ice cream dreams started with $5? It might sound unbelievable, but that's how Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield kicked off their ice cream adventure. After taking a $5 ice cream making course at Penn State, this duo turned a simple lesson into a beloved brand, Ben & Jerry's. Their passion for making delicious, unique flavors led them to create ice creams that stand out in a crowded market. From classic chocolate fudge brownie to the delightful cherry Garcia, these flavors are just the tip of the iceberg. Their quirky approach, combined with a commitment to social causes, made Ben & Jerry's more than just a dessert. It became a cultural icon. This story shows how a small investment in learning can lead to big dreams. So what will your $5 idea be? You never know where it might take you. This might surprise you. The origins of HIV. Scientists believe that the first case of HIV began when a human encountered the blood of a monkey, possibly through an open wound. This crucial event likely happened in the 20th century, when certain human populations were hunting or butchering wild animals like chimpanzees and mangabes, which carry the virus in their systems. As humans came into contact with the infected blood, the virus made the jump from animal to human, a process known as zoonosis. Once in humans, the virus began to spread, leading to the global HIV/AIDS epidemic that has affected millions of lives around the world. Understanding this origin story gives important context to researchers working on prevention and treatment, highlighting the deep connection between humans and wildlife. Isn't it fascinating how our interactions with nature can have such a profound impact on our health? What happens when California uses coal in cinemas? The link between coal usage and California's population is more significant than you might think. Coal, a major source of energy, contributes to pollution, which can impact air quality and public health. But how does this connect to your movie-going experience? In various cities, theaters can rely on energy produced from coal, leading to potential spikes in carbon emissions and hazardous air pollutants. Poor air quality might influence more than just outdoor activities. It can affect the overall ambiance in cinemas, making a night out less enjoyable. Furthermore, with increasing environmental awareness, many moviegoers now prefer theaters powered by renewable energy sources. The shift away from coal means healthier air and potentially a better cinematic experience, appealing to eco-conscious audiences. As California pushes toward renewable energy, could this transform the future of local cinemas? It's an exciting time to consider how our energy choices ripple through entertainment and everyday life. Did you know that Gordos restaurant serves dessert in toilets? This unusual eatery in Israel takes a daring approach to dining by serving frozen desserts in playful toilet-shaped containers. Imagine enjoying a scoop of your favorite ice cream while seated on a toilet. The quirky theme not only makes for a memorable meal, but has also sparked quite a buzz on social media, with reactions ranging from delight to disbelief. It's a fun way to shake up the traditional dining experience. And if you think Gordos is unique, Taiwan has a similar restaurant that embraces the same unconventional concept, further proving that people love to share these bold dining adventures online. It's all about the experience, right? Whether you find it hilarious or off-putting, these places highlight how creativity can transform the way we think about food and fun. Would you dare to try it? Have you ever wondered why emperors wore dragon robes? Ancient Chinese emperors believed these magnificent garments had the unique ability to control the weather. Adorned with intricate patterns, the dragon robes were not just clothing, they were symbols of cosmic balance. The dragon itself represented strength, power, and good fortune, connecting the emperor to the universe. When the emperors donned these robes, they were seen as more than mere leaders. They became living embodiments of harmony between earthly and celestial forces. People believed that the emperor's ability to maintain weather and stability was crucial for agriculture and prosperity. If it rained or the sun shone at the right times, the emperor was praised for his divine connection to the heavens. Ultimately, these robes served as powerful reminders of the emperor's role in maintaining the delicate balance of nature and society. Isn't it fascinating how fashion can carry such deep meaning in history? Here's a wild fact about ancient Greek color perception. It seems the ancient Greeks might not have recognized the color blue as we do today. Instead, their writings often describe the ocean as resembling the color of wine, rather than a clear blue. Scholars believe this could reveal much about how language shapes our understanding of the world. In their literature, hues like green and yellow were more common, while blue was practically absent. The famous poet Homer describes the sea and sky, but doesn't use the word blue, calling them dark or wine-colored instead. This idea suggests that color perception can vary greatly across cultures. If a society doesn't have a word for a color, does it actually see that color? By exploring how the ancient Greeks viewed colors, we gain insight into their daily lives, values, and how they interpreted nature around them. Surprisingly, the liver hoards vitamin B12 for a year. This remarkable organ has the ability to store enough vitamin B12 to last you for approximately 12 months. This means if you decide to change your diet, like switching to a vegetarian lifestyle, it might take a while before you notice any signs of a B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12 is crucial for making red blood cells and keeping your nervous system healthy, so it's important to get enough of it. When you eat foods rich in this vitamin, such as meats, fish, dairy, and certain fortified cereals, your liver collects the excess and holds on to it. However, if you cut out these sources and don't find alternatives, it can take years before your body runs low. This unique storage capability allows for a buffer, but it's essential to be mindful of your diet to avoid potential long-term health issues. Prepare to be amazed by the Hoover Dam's construction techniques. This engineering marvel, built in the 1930s, utilized creative solutions to tackle some significant challenges. One of the most fascinating methods involved a sophisticated system of pipes that circulated cool water through the massive blocks of concrete. Why was this necessary? When concrete cures, it generates heat, which can lead to cracking if not managed properly. To prevent this, engineers designed a network of pipes that allowed cold water to flow, keeping the concrete at an optimal temperature. This careful attention to detail not only ensured the dam's strength, but also showcased the innovative thinking of that era. The Hoover Dam, standing tall on the border of Nevada and Arizona, became a symbol of modern engineering. It provides power, flood control, and water supply while also attracting millions of visitors each year. So next time you marvel at this monumental structure, remember the brilliant methods that made it possible. Who knew that managing temperature could be so crucial in construction? Why exactly does Spain use the wrong time zone? This curious situation dates back to 1940 when Spanish dictator Francisco Franco made a controversial decision to align the country's time zone with Nazi Germany. Before this switch, Spain was on Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, which better matched the country's natural daylight. However, Franco shifted the clocks forward an hour, adopting Central European Time, CET, to synchronize with Germany, a decision that has surprisingly never been undone. As a result, many Spaniards find themselves with late sunrises and even later sunsets, often dining as the clock strikes 10 at night. This time difference also leads to a peculiar lifestyle. For instance, traditional meal times are quite late compared to other countries. Some studies suggest that this misalignment impacts daily routines and even health. Interestingly, discussions have occurred over the years about possibly reverting to the original time, but no significant changes have taken place yet. Why does such a simple fix remain unresolved? Surprising effects of pine nuts on your taste buds. Pine myth, previously known as pine nut syndrome or pine mouth dysgeusia, is an unusual condition that can occur after eating certain pine nuts. Have you ever enjoyed a handful of these tasty nuts only to be left with a strange, bitter, or metallic taste lingering in your mouth? This peculiar sensation can last for several days or even weeks, and it can put a damper on your appetite. The cause of pine mouth is still not entirely understood, but it's thought that some species of pine nuts, particularly those from China, may trigger this reaction. It seems that while pine nuts are nutritious and flavorful, they can also play tricks on our taste buds. If you experience this unpleasant taste, don't worry, it's harmless, but it can be quite frustrating. Next time you're snacking on these crunchy delights, keep an eye out for this condition. Who knew something so good could have a surprising downside? This might surprise you. Alyssa Milano's powerful act of friendship. Back in the 1980s, when fear and misunderstanding surrounded AIDS, young actress Alyssa Milano made headlines by standing up for a brave boy named Ryan White. Ryan, diagnosed with AIDS at just 13, faced cruel ostracism from his peers. Determined to show that compassion could break down barriers, Alyssa befriended Ryan and joined him on The Phil Donahue Show. In a touching moment, she boldly kissed him on the cheek, sending a clear message. Love and kindness know no boundaries, and you can't catch AIDS from a simple kiss. This heartfelt gesture not only challenged stereotypes, but also gave Ryan the support he desperately needed. Their friendship highlighted the importance of empathy during a time of fear and misinformation about AIDS, inspiring others to show acceptance and understanding. How incredible is it that a simple kiss can communicate such a powerful message? Did you know the internet began in the 1960s? This incredible invention, initially developed by the U.S. Department of Defense, was designed to create a secure communications network. Fast forward to the 1990s when the internet emerged into the public sphere and began to change the world dramatically. Suddenly, people could communicate instantly across vast distances, sharing ideas and information as never before. Today, the internet connects billions of individuals globally, influencing everything from how we do business to how we entertain ourselves. Imagine ordering a meal with just a few taps on your screen, or video, chatting with a friend halfway around the world. The internet has reshaped our daily lives, making information more accessible and fostering social interaction on an unprecedented scale. It's hard to imagine life without it, isn't it? Is your iPhone screen cracked and still in use? Surprisingly, around 15% of iPhone users choose to continue using their devices even when the screen is broken. This risky decision can lead to further damage, not to mention potential injury if glass shards are involved. Many people prioritize functionality over aesthetics, thinking their phones are still usable despite the cracks. Even though repair costs can be high, users often weigh the expense against the inconvenience of being without their device. In response to this trend, Apple has introduced various repair programs and insurance options to help users fix their screens without breaking the bank. While it might seem sensible to hold off on repairs, using a damaged phone can lead to more problems down the line. So if you're one of those users, it might be time to consider a visit to the repair shop. Protecting your device can save you money and ensure your safety. You might be shocked to learn that skin spray exists. Scientists in Texas have created a revolutionary spray made from real skin cells. This innovative approach to healing promises to speed up the regeneration of wounds without the need for traditional bandages. Instead of covering a wound with a simple adhesive or gauze, patients can now use this spray directly on their injuries. The unique formulation allows skin cells to thrive, encouraging quicker healing and potentially reducing the risk of infection. Imagine spritzing on a layer of healing skin right where you need it. This method not only makes the healing process faster, but also seems more comfortable than bulky bandages. Researchers believe that this technology could change the game for treating serious skin injuries and surgical wounds. How exciting is that? With more studies underway, who knows what the future holds for skincare and healing? Did you know New Zealand families are often smaller? Families in New Zealand typically have 2 children or fewer, a trend shaped by several important factors. Many parents today prioritize lifestyle choices that allow them to spend quality time with their kids, which can lead to smaller family sizes. Economic conditions also play a role. Raising children can be expensive, and families often consider their financial situation when deciding on the number of children to have. Additionally, evolving cultural norms emphasize the importance of personal fulfillment and experiences over traditional family structures. Despite these trends, New Zealanders hold strong family values close to their hearts, valuing deep connections and support among family members. Furthermore, the stunning natural landscapes of the country encourage families to spend time outdoors together, creating cherished memories no matter the family size. Did you know about the famous Wilhelm scream? This quirky sound effect has echoed through over 400 films since it first appeared in the 1951 movie Man Getting Bit by an Alligator. You might not recognize the name, but once you hear it, you'll understand why it's a beloved inside joke among filmmakers. The Wilhelm scream popped up when a character meets a rather unfortunate fate, producing a distinctive yelp that has become a comedic hallmark in cinema. Directors like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg have used it in their films, leading to it becoming a sort of treasure hunt for movie fans. It symbolizes a sense of unity among filmmakers who share a laugh while paying homage to their cinematic history. So next time you hear that iconic scream, remember it's not just sound effects. It's a playful nod to generations of filmmakers who love to entertain. What will be the next film to use it? You might be shocked to learn that Darth Vader's armor has samurai roots. From the very first moment we see him in Star Wars, Darth Vader's striking armor has fascinated fans around the world. His imposing black suit isn't just a symbol of the dark side, it draws inspiration from the armor worn by samurai warriors in Japan. Specifically, the iconic design echoes the armor of the legendary Date Masamune, a famous feudal lord known for both his battle prowess and unique helmet. The helmet's menacing shape and exaggerated features resemble the kabuto helmets worn by samurai, which often included intricate designs and crests to signify rank and strength. George Lucas and his team carefully crafted Vader's look to not only intimidate his enemies, but also to pay homage to historical warriors. This blend of science fiction and history adds a fascinating depth to the character and leaves us wondering how other historical influences shape our favorite stories. Is it really true that planets orbit in ellipses? Johannes Kepler, a brilliant astronomer in the early 1600s, made a discovery that changed our understanding of the solar system. He found that planets don't travel around the sun in perfect circles, as many once believed. Instead, their paths are shaped like elongated circles, known as ellipses. This alarming revelation was based on meticulous observations of Mars and other planets. Kepler's work was revolutionary, providing a mathematical explanation for the way celestial bodies move, which laid the groundwork for modern astronomy. His 3 laws of planetary motion not only explained how planets orbit, but also introduced the idea that the speed of a planet varies at different points in its orbit, moving faster when closer to the sun. This understanding reshaped our view of the universe, revealing a beautifully intricate dance of planets governed by natural laws. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember that those twinkling dots are tracing elliptical paths, not perfect circles. What else might we discover about our universe? Guess what really drives the Nobel Prize nominations? Lise Meitner, a remarkable physicist, found herself nominated for the Nobel Prize in Physics a staggering 48 times without ever clinching the award. This fascinates many because her groundbreaking work on nuclear fission played a vital role in revolutionizing both nuclear power and atomic weaponry. Meitner's discoveries opened the door for harnessing nuclear energy, which has fueled countless power plants around the world and sparked debates about energy sources. Despite her monumental contributions, the Nobel Committee overlooked her achievements, which has led to many discussions about gender bias and recognition in science. Isn't it intriguing to think how a scientist can change the world yet remain in the shadows of history? Lise Meitner's story serves as a reminder of the complexities surrounding scientific accolades and the importance of recognizing all innovators, regardless of their circumstances. What if I told you about a $55,000 burger? This jaw-dropping meal was created by Robert John Den in Holland and holds the title for the world's most expensive burger. Imagine sinking your teeth into a burger that features Wagyu beef, renowned for its rich flavor and tenderness, making it the crème de la crème of meats. But that's not all. This extravagant dish is also adorned with gold leaf, adding a touch of luxury that's purely for show. The burger contains a blend of incredible ingredients, including specially selected truffles and artisanal buns that elevate it to a new level of gourmet dining. This outrageous price tag isn't just for the ingredients, but also the experience it offers. Imagine dining in an upscale restaurant where every detail is tailored for an unforgettable meal. While most of us might find it hard to justify spending such an amount on a burger, it certainly captures the imagination. Are you curious about what other bizarre foods the world has to offer? Guess what really drives negative decibels? Sound can exist in negative decibels, a concept that might sound strange at first. Most of us think of decibels as a way to measure loudness, where higher numbers mean louder sounds. But negative decibels actually reflect a sound level that is quieter than the reference level, which is typically the faintest sound we can hear. These negative levels are not just theoretical. They're used in various fields, including audio engineering and signal processing. For example, when working with sound systems, engineers often encounter situations where they need to adjust audio levels that fall into the negative range to achieve the perfect balance. So while your favorite pop song might blast above 100 decibels, there's an interesting world of sound lurking in the negatives that helps shape the way we hear and experience music and sound around us. Curious about how this affects your daily listening experience? You might be shocked to learn that recycling paper saves energy. When you recycle paper, it uses about half the energy needed to create brand new paper from trees. This is a big deal for our planet. By recycling, we're not only cutting down on energy use, but also helping conserve precious resources like trees and water. In fact, making paper from recycled materials saves around 60% of the energy compared to making it from virgin materials. This means fewer greenhouse gases are released into the atmosphere, helping combat climate change. Plus, recycling helps reduce the amount of waste in landfills. Every time you toss a piece of paper in the recycling bin, you play a vital role in protecting the environment. So the next time you decide between tossing or recycling, remember you aren't just cleaning up, you're making a positive impact on our world. Believe it or not, these dumbbells weigh a whopping 330 pounds. Designed for bodybuilders and elite athletes, they showcase unmatched strength and determination. Each dumbbell is custom-made, which means workout warriors can push their limits while impressing everyone around them. The impressive weight is not just for show, it requires serious muscle and technique to lift. Because these masterpieces of fitness are tailored to the needs of high-level athletes, determining a standard market price is nearly impossible. The materials used in manufacturing these dumbbells are top-notch, ensuring durability and effectiveness during intense training. High-quality metals and meticulous craftsmanship lead to production costs that can skyrocket. While many strength training equipment options exist, these unique dumbbells represent a peak in the world of weightlifting. Curious about how athletes prepare for such heavy lifting? Hard to believe, but cutscenes can be 71 minutes long. In the world of gaming, one scene stands out for its incredible length. The epilogue cutscene in Metal Gear Solid 4, which holds the record for the longest cutscene in gaming history at a whopping 71 minutes. This cinematic experience offers players an in-depth conclusion to the game's complex story, filled with drama and emotional weight. As players dive into these lengthy narratives, they often find themselves glued to the screen, experiencing a blend of gameplay and film. For comparison, the second longest cutscene, found in Star Ocean: The Last Hope, is a mere 46 minutes long. These extended sequences challenge the traditional idea of video games as solely interactive fun, showcasing how storytelling in gaming has evolved into a powerful art form. Do you think these long cutscenes enhance the gaming experience, or are they just too much? Let's uncover the truth about the lake effect. This fascinating weather phenomenon occurs around the Great Lakes, particularly during the colder months. When cold winds sweep over the warmer waters of these massive lakes, they pick up moisture and heat. As the air rises and moves away from the lake, it cools down, leading to heavy snowfall and rain in areas downwind. This can result in dramatically different weather patterns. For instance, cities like Buffalo, New York, are known for receiving significant snowfall thanks to the lake effect. The unique shapes and sizes of the Great Lakes contribute to how strong this effect can be, creating localized storms that can surprise even the most seasoned meteorologists. If you've ever wondered why some places seem to receive endless snow while others only get a dusting, the lake effect is the culprit. Isn't it incredible how nature's intricacies shape our weather? Ever thought about why we study Trojan asteroids? The Lucy mission, launching in October 2021, is an exciting journey into space that aims to do just that. Lucy will explore 7 Trojan asteroids, which are unique celestial objects that share Jupiter's orbit around the Sun. These asteroids are considered time capsules, holding clues about the early solar system's formation and evolution. By examining their composition and structure, scientists hope to learn more about the building blocks of planets and the conditions present over 4 billion years ago. Each Trojan asteroid offers a different story, potentially revealing secrets of the cosmos that could deepen our understanding of how our own Earth formed. With its ambitious itinerary, the Lucy spacecraft is geared up to enhance our knowledge and spark our curiosity about the mysteries of the universe. So are you ready to join this cosmic adventure? Let's uncover the truth about Walt Disney's fate. This beloved Disney icon, known for creating magical worlds, actually faced a different end than many fans believe. A popular myth claims that Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen after his death, leading countless people to wonder if he would one day be revived. However, this story is completely false. In reality, Disney was cremated just 2 days after he passed away in 1966. His ashes were laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in California, a serene location. The cryogenic freezing rumor likely sprouted from science fiction ideas circulating at the time, further amplified by media speculation. Despite the fascinating nature of the myth, there is no credible evidence supporting the claims of Disney's preserved body. So, next time you hear the tale of his supposed freezing, remember the truth behind this enduring legend. Meet the Chevrotane, nature's tiny time capsule. This might surprise you. The Chevrotane, also known as the mouse deer, is one of the most unique creatures on the planet. These small animals look like miniature deer, but they have a special twist: sharp fangs that set them apart from their larger cousins. What's truly fascinating is that Chevrotanes have changed very little over millions of years, making them a living link between ruminants, like cows, and non-ruminants, such as pigs. Their simple, elegant design is a reminder of nature's ancient past. Surprisingly, these tiny ruminants are found in tropical forests across Southeast Asia, where they navigate through dense undergrowth. With their shy nature and unusual traits, Chevrotanes raise important questions about how evolution works and why some species remain virtually unchanged. Isn't it incredible to think that such a small animal can hold so many secrets of our planet's history? Did you know that the word white has a shining origin? The word comes from the Indo-European root quit, which means to shine. This connection makes sense because when we think of the color white, we often associate it with brightness, clarity, and light. For example, consider a clear summer sky or freshly fallen snow. Both evoke a sense of purity and brilliance. The term white has been used in various languages across regions, tying cultures together through the shared appreciation of light. In many traditions, white symbolizes peace, innocence, and new beginnings. This linguistic journey shows how language evolves while keeping the essence of meanings intact. So next time you see something white, remember that it carries a legacy of brightness and shine steeped in history. How fascinating is that? Here's what actually happens when China raises pigs. China is home to about half of the world's pig population, which makes it the largest producer and consumer of pork globally. This staggering number means that when you think of pork dishes, you can bet a good chunk comes from Chinese farms. Pigs are vital to China's economy, providing millions of jobs and sustaining countless families. The demand for pork is also significant because it's a staple protein in many Chinese households, featuring prominently in traditional dishes like dumplings and roasted pork. As pork prices fluctuate, they can impact everything from local markets to national policies, as the country strives to provide enough food for its vast population. With advancements in farming techniques and technology, China continues to lead the way in pig farming, ensuring that it meets the needs of its people while impacting global pork supply chains. How does this influence your favorite meals? Is it really true there was a transparent car? In 1939, General Motors introduced the Pontiac Deluxe 6 plexiglass, famously known as the Ghost Car. Revealed at the New York World's Fair, this unique prototype was the very first car to feature a body made entirely of transparent plexiglass. The design allowed onlookers to marvel at the intricate inner workings of the vehicle, making it a true spectacle of engineering innovation. Costing a whopping $25,000 at the time, the Ghost Car highlighted the potential of plexiglass, a material that would later revolutionize various industries, from aviation to architecture. While the car was never put into mass production, it captured the imagination of many, prompting discussions about the future of automotive design. The Ghost Car also represents a significant moment in automotive history, showing how creativity can blend with technology. Looking back, it raises fascinating questions about how far we've come in car design. Imagine what future vehicles will look like as materials and technologies continue to evolve. Did you know marathons trace back to ancient Greece? The marathon race we enjoy today is inspired by a remarkable event from history. In 490 BC, Phidippides, a Greek messenger, made an epic run from the battlefield of Marathon to Athens, covering about 26 miles to deliver news of victory against the Persians. This extraordinary feat was not just a sprint, it symbolized the power of perseverance and sacrifice. Phidippides reportedly collapsed after delivering his message, illustrating the intense effort required for such a long distance. To honor this brave act, the marathon race was established in the modern Olympics, capturing the spirit of endurance and determination. Today, millions of runners around the world lace up their shoes to participate in marathons, each step honoring the legacy of a man who ran for history. Isn't it incredible how this ancient sprint still inspires us today? Guess what really drives the largest school in the world? City Montessori School in Lucknow, India, holds the title as the biggest school globally, and it's not just about size. Founded in 1959, this remarkable institution has expanded to include 21 campuses catering to over 32,000 students. Incredible, right? What sets City Montessori School apart is its unique dedication to Montessori pedagogy, a teaching method that emphasizes self-directed learning and collaborative play. The school draws inspiration from notable figures like Mahatma Gandhi and Sant Vinoba Bhave, which reflects its commitment to holistic education that nurtures both the mind and the spirit. This approach fosters an environment where students are encouraged to explore their interests and develop critical thinking skills. Imagine walking through the vibrant halls filled with enthusiastic learners working on projects, engaged in discussions, or simply enjoying learning through hands-on activities. City Montessori School isn't just a place to study, it's a community that celebrates diversity, promotes peace, and empowers the next generation. What an inspiring model for schools everywhere. Have you ever seen color-changing Converse sneakers? These innovative shoes have a unique ability to shift colors based on sunlight. When you wear them in the shade, they appear a classic white, but step into direct UV light, and they come alive, transforming into vibrant shades of blue, purple, or orange. This cool effect is thanks to a special kind of dye that reacts to UV rays, making fashion not just stylish, but also a bit magical. Imagine walking outside on a sunny day, and your sneakers shining in bright colors that capture the light. It's like having a wardrobe that changes with the weather. So whether you're at the park or hanging out with friends, your shoes can start conversations just by being themselves. This exciting feature not only adds a playful element to footwear, but also showcases how technology and fashion can create an interactive experience. Wouldn't that make you want a pair? What if I told you about Cambi's unique snow? Cambi, also known as Volcan Cambi, is an extraordinary volcano located in Ecuador that boasts a permanent snowcap. This majestic peak rises tall above the surrounding landscape, and interestingly, its southern slope holds the title for being the highest point on Earth crossed by the equator. This means that while the equator is typically associated with warm temperatures and tropical climates, Camby defies that expectation by maintaining its snowy summit year-round. As the only equatorial point with snow cover, it offers a stunning contrast to the lush greenery found in the lowland areas nearby. Visitors to Camby can experience breathtaking views and a unique opportunity to see how diverse Earth's climates can be, all in one remarkable spot. So, next time you think of the equator, remember that there's a snow-capped wonder waiting in Ecuador. Did you know a horse can produce more than 1 horsepower? In fact, a horse can generate an impressive amount of energy, often exceeding the typical 1 horsepower we hear about. A study from 1993 found that the maximum power output of a horse can reach up to 18,000 watts. This translates to roughly 24 horsepower, which is quite remarkable. The term horsepower originally aimed to compare the work done by horses to that of steam engines. It's fascinating to think about the strength and stamina of these animals, especially when they pull heavy loads or thunder across a racetrack. Their capacity to produce such power has been crucial throughout history, aiding in transportation and farming. So the next time you see a horse galloping or working in the fields, remember, they are extraordinary creatures capable of feats far beyond what we often imagine. Why exactly do robots seem so smart today? Robots operate using a mix of pre-programmed algorithms, sensors, and artificial intelligence systems. These components work together like a finely tuned orchestra, processing information from the environment to make decisions and perform various tasks. Imagine a robot cleaning your living room. It doesn't just wander aimlessly. It uses sensors to detect obstacles and map out the space efficiently. Though robots don't have consciousness like humans, they can simulate intelligent behavior by following complex instructions and learning patterns from their experiences. For instance, a robot designed for assembly lines can improve its efficiency over time by understanding which motions are most effective. This amazing adaptability allows robots to respond to changing conditions, making them increasingly useful in our daily lives. What other cool tricks might robots learn in the future? Why is Jack Schlossberg so unique in history? Jack Schlossberg holds a remarkable place in American history as the only grandson of President John F. Kennedy and former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy. Born to Caroline Kennedy, who served as the U.S. ambassador to Japan, Schlossberg bridges the past and present of one of the most iconic families in the United States. His lineage connects him not only to the legacy of his grandfather, but also to the broader narrative of American politics and cultural history. Schlossberg has embraced his family's heritage while carving out his identity, often engaging with the public about issues that matter to him, such as climate change and civic engagement. He frequently uses social media and public appearances to inspire younger generations to be active in shaping their communities. As he continues to advocate for positive change, Schlossberg stands as a symbol of hope, reminding us about the impact of family legacy on modern society. What role will he play in the future of American leadership? Is it really true that brains consume so much energy? The brain is an incredible organ, making up only about 2% of our body weight, but using a whopping 20% of our total energy. This means that while our brains may look small, they're working hard to keep us thinking, learning, and feeling. When you're deeply focused on a task, such as studying for a big test or brainstorming solutions to a tricky problem, your brain is on overdrive, burning through energy like a high-performance engine. This intense energy use can lead to mental fatigue, which is why you might feel tired after a long day of concentration. To fuel this powerhouse, it's important to consume a balanced diet with plenty of nutrients, especially those that help brain function, like omega-3 fatty acids. So next time you feel exhausted after thinking hard, remember that your brain is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Did you know Disneyland changed theme parks forever? Opened on July 17, 1955 in Anaheim, California, Disneyland was the first theme park created by the Walt Disney Company. Walt Disney had a vision to combine entertainment and storytelling in a way that had never been done before, and he nailed it. Disneyland set a new standard for amusement parks by creating immersive environments that made guests feel like they were stepping into their favorite Disney stories. Every ride and attraction was carefully designed, featuring beloved characters and intricate details that sparked the imagination. This groundbreaking concept didn't just attract visitors, but also influenced how theme parks around the world would be designed. The success of Disneyland paved the way for the Disney theme park empire, leading to the creation of more parks in various locations, including Disney World in Florida and parks in Tokyo, Paris, and beyond. Today, Disneyland remains a symbol of creativity and fun, captivating millions who seek a little magic in their lives. Believe it or not, hiccups can last for years. This was the reality for Charles Osborne, who hiccuped continuously for an astounding 68 years after a farm accident in 1922. It all began when he fell from a height while trying to weigh a hog, which triggered an odd reaction in his body. Charles didn't just have a few hiccups, he experienced them every single day, sometimes multiple times per minute. Despite this unusual condition, he lived a full life, marrying and even fathering children. Doctors were baffled by his case, and although hiccups are usually temporary, his story shows how unpredictable our bodies can be. He tried various remedies, from drinking water upside down to holding his breath, but nothing seemed to help. Ultimately, his hiccups became a part of who he was, turning him into a fascinating figure in medical history. Isn't it amazing how the human body works? Why exactly does the American flag have 50 stars? It all started with a high school student named Bob Heff in 1958. For a class project, Bob designed a flag featuring 50 stars, each representing an American state. Initially, his teacher graded the project with a B, but that soon changed. Bob's design was among over 1,500 submissions for a national competition. Remarkably, his concept was chosen, which led to the official adoption of the flag we proudly wave today. As a result, his grade was updated to an A. The 50 stars are arranged in 9 rows of alternating 5 and 6 stars, all set against a deep blue backdrop. This design symbolizes unity and the strength of the states coming together. Bob Heff's simple school assignment turned into a significant piece of American history, showing how creativity and passion can lead to extraordinary achievements.